What is going on, everyone's? We are here and we are back with another episode of
Is my point valid?
Yes, indeed. I'm yours truly, Brandon D.
And I am Camille A. Stalker.
And the topic for today is going to be
the effects of the civil rights movement.
So today we are going to take a look at what it looked like as the feminist, independent, strong Black woman movement begins. So I found a video that kind of gives a depiction of all of it all in one. They are married women, but they are talking about how they don't feel as though they're being seen per se, how they can contribute more per se. And you got anything you want to say before we get into it? Let's get into it. Surely.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender and as a Black woman married to a Black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new Black revolution on the relationship between Black man and Black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new Black man expects from the new Black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as Black men, Black women is concerned is that.
All right. So I don't refer to myself as a Black woman, and I don't refer to my husband as a Black man. I see us as women, a woman and a man. I think that is counterproductive. I don't think it works because you're saying that whatever grief or that's happening in your relationship that other people don't experience that either.
You're special Black.
Right, because you're Black. There are other people who have trouble in their marriages, who men are dominant, who might be abused. Like these are common things. So when you just put it to, oh, Black women and we're going through this, once again, you are, what's the word? You're like rejecting everybody else and saying, hey, we're special. Everybody else doesn't go through this or whatever's about to happen. Right. So I married a man who happened to be a Black man. That's just what it is.
None of what we go through is unique.
It's not unique.
Black
because
people
we're Black.
go through the same thing. White people, Chinese people, we're human. These are human problems, especially when it comes to relationships. It's not Black, white problems.
So if you just see it as, well, you're a Black man and you need to be like this Black man because blah, 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 that's fault. That's a faulty situation. But anyway, I just wanted.
There's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as Black men. No. But our Black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the Black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming Black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the Black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the Black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no Black professional woman? Are you trying to deny Black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat.
First off, you're asking to be in positions you were never supposed to be in.
Every woman is not supposed to be in the workforce. Now, there are some women who, yeah, they're supposed to be in the workforce. There are some women who will never be married. Some women who will be married, and some women who will never have children and be married and be in the professional workforce. Yes, you can become whatever it is that your heart desires. Yeah. But to say that, like, we weren't meant to go out and hustle and grind and make money. That is not our responsibility. That is not normal. It's not normal.
You remember we were talking about how when both individuals are out in the world, there's a lot more you got to combat.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more you have to deal with. There's a lot more attacks. And
the family is split.
Exactly.
You're saying you're having, okay, if you're at work from whatever time to whatever time, and I'm at work from whatever time to whatever time, then we have children. The children are at school. The family isn't together.
Everybody living their
Everybody's
own lives.
doing something differently. And then they say, well, you come together and you eat at the table. Well, that's not how society works anyway, right? So everybody, the family is not together. And then if you are saying, well, there are families, once again, there are women who have to work to help make ends meet. That's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are working or making your own money, there is some type of power in that.
Oh, yeah.
There is a lot of power because at the end of the day, you can say, that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, I have not worked in a job at all in 13 years. I have not went out of the home, but I still do. I take surveys. And so I would take a lot of surveys and I would make money. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I make this money. It's my money. It's going into my account. It's mine. I can do what I want to do with my money versus Brandon goes and works 40 plus hours. And I expect him, now mind you, I'm not making as much money as he is, but it's still my money.
It's
But
principalities.
the principalities. But he comes and he pays the rent. He pays for food. He provides all the things so that I could actually take care of the home.
And take them surveys.
Exactly. Yeah. And then now, since I've grown, I still take the surveys, but the surveys go into homeschooling. So it's not this thing of, oh, it's mine. I put that money back into homeschooling. Just,
But the average person, when they making something, it's mine.
Yes,
This is me.
I did it. Because I'm not even gonna sit here and tell somebody, well, I did it. I said this is mine. I just would fuss over it because it was mine.
That is what's called. That's what started the divide within the family. The women thinking or having to go out and work
because the man wasn't making enough money, right? Or what did we watch one time when he said that the woman was going to divorce her husband because he made $250, but she could get more from the government.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just blame men. Women are at fault too.
And there's a system that we all fell for.
Mm-hmm. You'll be better off like this, which is untrue. The better, if we talk about the black family or the black man and the black woman, get married, work together, read your Bibles, understand what the Lord means when he talks about marriage and how you're supposed to work together. It is a push-pull because of what happened in the Garden of Eden. But when you start to understand your role, because a woman does have a role, and it's hard. I think I've said this before. It is difficult because there's some things that Brandon does, and it's just like, why would you do it that way? Okay. And now I have to learn, well, he's doing it that way. If it's not the right way, then we will learn. And that's just what it is. It's
it is what it is. As we proceed,
we're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated because his old man tolerated. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified. We want to work. We can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know.
She is absolutely wrong. You do have to reprogram the woman. The man does need some reprogramming. I ain't saying he don't, but let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to the beginning. Who was created first? It was the man. If we are being biblical, I know. But if we are being biblical, man was created first. Eve is a helpmeet. Eve was not supposed to, Eve ate the fruit because she was deceived.
She was created from
the rib, from the man. We are helpmeets. We are to help. We are to enhance our husbands. That's not saying we can't work. That doesn't mean like run a family business. There are ways that you can be
in a leadership role,
right?
If that's what you're looking for.
And women have leadership roles in the home. There's no, she is wrong. You don't reprogram.
There's leadership roles in the home, but you ain't supposed to be leading the home.
Right. And not saying that your voice doesn't matter either. If somebody's knocking you down and they don't hear you or anything, that's an issue that you need to work on. But no, there's once again, there is a role that we must play. And so it's not the woman, it's not the man who needs to be reprogrammed. It's the woman. That power. It's a power struggle.
Yeah. And that taboo word to
women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love.
Right.
On the basis of that, you want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society. And because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these,
I'm gonna say this. First off, we start being real with ourselves. We be capping, boy. That was cap. I know that's not that can't be real. And if it is real, she is a rare breed, because most people do not think like that. Most people is like, oh, what can you do for me? Big cap.
women, the men are there. But with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what Black awareness means to their families and to them as Black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the Black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the Black matriarch. The Black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope Black research is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the Black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often, that's right, and more often than not, she is.
That's what it mean to them.
I don't know, because and I might have these feelings because I grew up in a two-family household, two-parent household, and so I don't know, these conversations. I don't know, they weren't had or whatever, but you just have to go back to submission, and submission is not a bad thing. And then when you go to submission, you had said this, like, once again, you have to read the Bible to understand. Are you a Proverbs 31 woman? And I'm using that because people like, they just have to, but have you read Proverbs 31 to understand what your role is? Have you read Titus 2? And then it's not just for women. The Bible instructs men how to be husbands as well.
Absolutely. It's
Like,
hard as well.
he says it first, what the husband should do, and then wives. But they always miss, I don't know, they don't read the full thing for some reason. They say talk about husbands and they talk about wives separately. There's a whole verse that it talks about together on how we should treat each other. So, and then this whole Black family, why can't there just be family? And then I will also say, why were Black families prospering in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and the 50s? Because look, I can go back in my family line. my people were married. So I'm not understanding.
What's the disconnect here?
What's the disconnect? Marriage wasn't taboo, is not taboo in my family. Now, I don't know what happened in marriages or whatever. If there was some struggle, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was, because I can talk about my own struggles, right? But when you're in the word and then you begin to understand, here's what I learned. If you're focused on trying to change your husband or the dude that you're about to marry, you're wrong. You're in error. Are you fixing yourself? Are you fixing yourself? Are you prepared to be a wife?
I'm gonna tell you this. Watching change will force you to change. Because if you see somebody working on themselves and you stagnant, you remember when you tell me, "Oh, you ain't leaving me."
We're gonna get that behind.
You ain't leaving me. No, sir, we're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
You ain't leaving me.
Yeah.
So when I see it's like the saying, iron sharpens iron. You can't get better around people who ain't no better than you. So,
right, and like, you make a choice, and I know, like, as a woman, we've been married for I don't know, y'all, 11 years.
Some years.
It's 11, but I can tell you there was a lot of things that I ain't doing that right in the beginning, and it was very rocky. It was very, very rocky. Because submission was hard. It's not. I still struggle with it because nobody's perfect. But today it's easier because when I'm feeling that, well, Lord, what do I need to do? Where do I need to read?
You also need to know when not to fight a battle.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to sit down. I did something today. I got something off.
Like my boy Jose say, I don't fight battles I can't win.
So it's not just that men need to step up. It's also that women need to sit down. We need to learn how to sit down and we need to learn how to be quiet. Sometimes our opinion is not needed. Sometimes, like I said, you have to let a man, whatever. When I'm saying whatever, like, go through the trials and not whatever, but go through the trials and error of, oh man, that didn't work for the family. Well,
we're gonna do it this way this time.
And then
I'm gonna take your input
right,
this time.
Exactly. Sometimes,
what you got to say about the situation? Because when I did it, it wasn't right. But yeah, as we proceed,
not a strong matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told.
The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on.
We're
part of the revolution.
We're in the evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come.
Yeah, it's the
well, this thing will
keep tossing the word revolution around lightly.
It's extremely important for Black history and culture to be transmitted from generation to generation. And the best way, the most effective way that this has always been done is through the family, acting as the primary unit of social organization. And I think one reason why it has not been done with Black people is because of the destruction done to our family life. So this certainly has to be one function of the Black marriage, to begin the re-import.
Ability.
Who is destroying the black family?
Black families.
Black families, the man
But
and the
people
woman. If you
together
let me tell you this, I said it from the
as two.
top. It was from the top. But since they want to focus on black families, if the woman said, "Well, I want to make sure that the government's taking care of me," and the man says, "Okay," I see that as a weak man. But I see that you walked away from the family because you said, "Okay,"
You opened the
you
door.
didn't want to fight for that. So
But you'll fight him, but you won't fight for him.
like what? No, it's accountability. There is accountability where your daddy left. But why, mama?
You, mama?
Well, your mama left. Well, why,
You,
daddy?
daddy?
No.
You the problem.
Did we try to fix? Well, we tried to fix it. Two people that just can't be compatible.
Cap.
If we fell out of love, there's no such thing. Because love is an action. There's love is an action.
Fell into love. No, you fell into something, but it wasn't love.
Marriage is work, and this whole family is work as well. Having conversations, it work. Marriage works. I don't care
when you work the marriage.
When you work the marriage, when you work together, it works.
Y'all tripping.
It's
Y'all
not
trying to be single in a marriage. That's the problem. Y'all want to be individuals in a marriage.
The government did this. No, you made a choice. We make choices.
The government knows this. If I give you the option to destroy yourself, you're going to take it.
But something I watched and they were like, my daddy, he left my mama, but he has a whole new family.
Goodness gracious.
But listen, I never thought about that. I always thought like, well, but why? Because he wanted that togetherness.
And you kept fighting.
And he might have found a woman who was willing to be submissive, So
but we always think about daddy left.
Right.
He left us.
So I mean, of course some fathers did just leave.
Absolutely.
But
sometimes the mothers push you away.
And vice versa. So, it's interesting, y'all, this conversation.
Man, it's accountability, man.
That was the whole point of me stopping because when he said what he said, like, sir, it's this, no.
Re-emphasize.
Hold up.
And to pick up the thread of Afro-American history and culture that has been left off generations ago when Africans were sold into slavery, when the family unit was purposely destroyed.
Most middle-class homes, quote, middle-class homes, like.
I can't keep going back to slavery and saying that is the reason why something isn't working in my life.
Because it was working after slavery.
Because it worked. And then civil rights movement happened.
It was working during slavery.
Yes.
That's why they were so intentional about separating families.
Right.
We're playing games out here. We're capping out here. We are not being real with ourselves at all.
If you cannot take accountability, if everything that happens is because of slavery, how?
Or the white man, or the system. And now today, Donald Trump.
This is ridiculous. We have to take responsibility. If you want to be married, and I'm not even on no color person, whomever you choose to marry, make sure that if you believe in God, that person believes in God and that person is biblical.
And just make sure that person believes in the same thing you believe in.
Thank you.
Whatever that is. Because it's not going to work if you don't.
And you can't try and change somebody. Oh, it'll change. No, it won't. It might, but you don't know.
I know a cat. That boy say his girl is like, she's something. She ain't Christian, but he keep taking her to church.
At least she going. But that's not bad.
I'm not saying it's bad.
She going.
You trying to change her though?
Keep going. Eventually,
he gonna mold her right into the Christianity. Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious! Then her family gonna disown her. But anyway, as we proceed,
I don't even get caught up in that bed. You go into or have some copy of anybody, any white artist. I don't even have to name anybody. Instead of the works of Black artists, I think it starts, especially that identity part, the books, the kinds of books. All of these things start in the home rather than complaining about them being in the schools at this point.
Unless we're absolutely certain of how that teacher is handling them, then
What? It's the teacher's responsibility to make sure that the children know that they what? What is this? How does this tie in? How is it the teacher's responsibility for them to show your culture? It's the teacher's responsibility to make sure that your child can read, write, do some math.
This whole notion that identity, we need what do they say?
Representation.
That
It matters.
That is the stupidest thing ever. I don't care what you look like. You're human. If you can do it, I can do it. I don't care if you black, white, Chinese, yellow, purple, blue. It don't matter. Y'all need to see someone that look like you doing something in order for you to know that you can do it. You the problem. That is ridiculous. I don't understand that.
Yeah, my thought pattern has never been like, oh, I see that
need
black
somebody
couple.
that-
I know that I can be.
Couple goals.
Actually, my stuff has been from the Bible, like because of what God, like even though I see my mama and daddy, I've never been like,
I want to be
oh,
like that.
like they're black, so I need to. That was never the case.
Man, I was more in tune with, I'm trying to do everything y'all ain't doing.
That's not what I'm talking. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying I never looked at like skin color. I really looked at the Bible, and the Lord was like, marriage is good. Like that is what I looked at. And I know a lot of people who like really commit, like, yeah, like the basis of it. I didn't even know that I wanted to be married. Like
I ain't either.
that exactly.
I never really thought
I
about
never
it
thought
either.
about it. When we were reading, I can't remember what we were reading, but I was like, I never in my mind was like, oh yeah,
I'ma
I
get
want to be
married.
right. Never.
I don't either.
And then I met somebody who's like, I'm gonna marry you. Okay. And then he like really married me.
I wasn't capping, y'all.
I'm like,
It
wow,
wasn't big cap.
I got married.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah.
we may have to assume that whole responsibility. We may have to pull them out of school ourselves, and do all the educating ourselves.
Say, for instance, when they say to my child to draw, last year Rhonda painted Abraham Lincoln Brown and she was put in the corner, We had to go up to the school and deal with that. They must be respectable to their peers in school. And what we do, we handle that. We don't say, you jump up, you curse that teacher out, or you say it doesn't exist. But they see us at that school knocking on the door. You have to be in there. Either we're going to control, their minds here, or at least give them the choice.
A lot of this is new to us, and a lot of these things we're grappling with, and we don't want to give anybody the impression that we have the answer to everything.
No.
Oh, we can tell you ain't got the answers.
You gotta go to the school because he painted Abraham.
Why you paying Abraham Lincoln Brown? He ain't brown.
And you know why? Hold on, here we go. I know why. Representation matters. Because y'all at home saying black is beautiful. And he went home, he went to school and said, I'm coloring black is beautiful. I'm coloring Abraham Lincoln. He made him a Negro. Okay. He saved the Negroes. He's a Negro. Lord, they say put him in the corner. Ain't no way.
Imagine how mad black people would be if a toilet seat was black.
Ain't no way. What in the heckity? That what they just said was so dumb, and nobody said like anything. Nobody was like, that was dumb.
It's all stupid.
They
I
are
just
on this
said-
bliggity black stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. We need to
He
know
ain't got
history.
the answers because
We-
it don't make no sense.
We need to know the history. If they don't, we'll pull them out and we'll educate them ourselves. You'll educate
You
your
don't know
children.
it.
You'll educate your children on what is Black history. That is a hindrance. Y'all don't know it because there are a lot of Black people. There are Black homeschool families today who only teach
They know a bunch
Black
of black
good,
facts, but they ain't gonna
white
be-
bad. And I'm like, how are you teaching?
You ain't gonna
Mind you, you
survive.
can do whatever you want to do because that is your homeschool. But how?
In the real world, your kids is in last place.
And one woman, they're a military family. So I'm like, how does that make sense? You're around every
everything.
kind of.
He probably living on a military base where it's everything.
They said, what in the world? There's no way. Well, and I feel
Ain't no way.
I feel the type of way because I don't teach my children like that. I teach them whole history. This is this and that is that. We're not just studying Black history because, mind you, Black history is history, period.
Sure is.
Only
And it
that,
worked
though,
out.
let me cut you
I
off
know.
again. You know, people go around talking about hate. We really don't have time to hate because, you know, it goose up the bag. We're loving ourselves.
Mhm.
This might bring around a lot of other different things.
To be Black means to love. It's got nothing to do with having hate anybody.
It does determine, though, Francis, and has nothing to do with hate. Again, it's love. That we might have to do certain things to protect that love.
It may bring
And
us
we will
into
do
conflict with somebody.
anything
Yeah.
necessary to protect that love.
Finally, I asked Francis about the standards of today's Black man as compared with those of 20 years ago.
Standards which white society had projected.
I'm confused. What is this about? Yeah, I'm genuinely confused.
I don't know where they went.
I don't know what's happening.
We went all the way to Mars. They talking alien talk.
Maybe I don't want to understand. Maybe that's what it is.
I think we be too focused on the wrong thing. Bliggity, 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 black, bliggity, 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 bliggity. That does not
Where
matter.
does it get you?
It gets you nowhere.
Where does it get you?
It gets you nowhere.
What if you focus on being a husband? What if you focus on being a wife? What if you
A
focus on
better
being a
human
mother?
being.
But they're talking about, what is it? Black wives push back. What if the Black woman, if you are a
Wasn't pushing
wife, weren't pushing back? What if you woke up, right? Every day you woke up and you set your goals. Well, this morning I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna tell my husband good morning. And that'll be the thing.
She looking upside that nigga.
Exactly. First thing.
Think about what he did yesterday.
Let me learn to speak to him in the mornings, right? And then, next step, start reading in your Bibles. And the third step, wake up and greet your children. Cook some, what if you just did the things that you were your responsibilities at home? Well, a man lives there too, so he should be, y'all right. Y'all got it.
Can't argue with that. Can't fix
whatever. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at home, I am at home all day.
You better be doing something.
All day. Look,
You better
mind
be
you,
doing
I can go
something.
back to the first years. I would sit until this. I didn't know any better, but I would sit and I would watch my shows, and then at noon, I'd be like, all right, I need to take something out the freezer to make sure that we have it, and dinner would be ready, but it wasn't it was just, and I would wash whenever and everything. But now I'm seasoned a little bit, just a little seasoned. And I know what I need to do every day. I have a routine every day for what needs to be done. When my husband walks through the door, it's clean. There's nothing there's food cooked, but I'm sitting down chilling. I'm not up all day. I have a routine. I know when things need to get done. And it's not even about just, I need to do this for my husband. It's also, I need to eat my family. I am not just a wife. I am a mother as well. And then I am an individual, but I know that I need to eat. I know I need to be clean. I know I want to sleep in a clean bed. So if I want to do those things and I'm here, wouldn't he want those things too?
If some people be like, I ain't doing it because it's going to benefit him.
Well, no crap, Sherlock.
Yeah. I don't think we need to listen to any more of this foolishness.
Because I don't know where they're going.
I don't either. They went somewhere else. We can see the effects of civil rights, feminism, all that there.
I can be bad on my own. I can do it on my own. And the reality is, I think the man can do it on his own because he doesn't necessarily need a woman. Like,
that's real. That's real.
A man can,
because if I needed that, I can go buy that and be back over here by myself doing my own thing. Ain't got to worry about that.
A man will figure out how to eat, clean. He'll that will be handled.
I won't even got to pay rent. I can make it happen.
So, you know, a woman is a helpmeet. And I'm not saying that a husband should use a wife. Oh, you just nope. Because I'm not a maid. I tell you straight up and down, I ain't. Because but as a family, we do clean and stuff all together. But I know that because I stay at home, because I am a homemaker, I'm making sure that my home is a home. I don't have to work a job and I'm not knocking anybody who does it, but I don't go out into the world and have to come home and then prepare a meal. Y'all, at 1:30, I start my meals. My meal is ready to go. And I ain't got I'm telling you, I have a routine. If you're interested, I'll let you know about it. But I do things because also too, we are helpmates, but the Lord tells us to be servants to one another, to serve one another. So if you can go out into the world and serve somebody that you don't know, I see that as a problem, because why aren't you starting in your home to serve your husband and to serve your children? And your husband should be serving you as well. So I do see it as a problem if you're going out, say, yeah, I'm gonna make this money and I'm gonna make sure that I'm serving my boss and his employees and all this other stuff, but you're not serving your spouse. That's an issue.
Absolutely. Well, I think we covered all the bases here. First through home.
I think so.
But with that being said, we want to say thank you to everyone who rocks with us whenever we show up. We appreciate it. It's really been helping us grow. If you feeling like donating to the cause, because like I say, this stuff is it costs a little bit. Keep going, give you quality content. If that is something that you are interested in, super chat, super thanks, buy me a coffee, memberships, all of that is welcome and much appreciated. So thank you, anyone who decides to do that.
Can I add this too, back to the show? I also find joy in doing the thing that I do at home. Like, I find the joy in it because the Lord says, be joyful in everything that you do and give honor to him in everything that you do. And because I wake up and I do give honor to him when I'm cooking, cleaning, washing, whatever it is, and I give all glory to him, my day goes smoother. And it's just, I'm glorifying God and being a wife and a mother and taking care of my home. That's all.
Show you right. And with that being said, we will go ahead and get up out of here. So like always, it is love, peace, soul, and Jesus.
Bye.
See y'all next time.